Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to go ahead and show you all how we can actually add in an Excel chart directly into our Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So if you haven't already, go ahead and create your PowerPoint presentation and go ahead and come over to the slide. We want to go ahead and add in your chart. So in my case, it'll be here on this slide. And once you're ready, come over here to the Insert tab on your ribbon, come over here to Object, and we're actually going to read Object before we do anything. So Object, embedded objects or documents or other files you have inserted into the document. Instead of having separate files, sometimes it's easier to keep them all embedded in a document. So if I click this, you can see there's all these different object types that we can add into our PowerPoint presentation. So if you want to go ahead and create one from scratch, you can come over here to Microsoft Excel Chart, or if you have a file saved with a chart, you can come over here to Browse, come over here to wherever your file is on your computer, and I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And now you have these two different options available to you under link. You can either link directly to that file, and any changes you make to that Excel file will be reflected on your PowerPoint presentation, or you could leave it off. And then if you leave it off, then it'll actually embed it directly into your PowerPoint presentation. You can make changes to it directly on there. And per usual, my dog is snoring, so I hope you guys enjoy the background noise. But yeah, the disadvantage to that is it's going to make your PowerPoint presentation file much bigger if you're embedding in a whole bunch of objects and pictures and all that stuff. I mean, obviously, the more elements and things that you add into your document or your PowerPoint, the bigger it's going to get. So a lot of people just like to link. What you have to do with linking, though, is you have to make sure that these links are remaining accurate and up to date. Because if those change, you're going to have to make sure you update the link as well. So just keep that in mind. But the advantage to that is it's going to keep your file size much smaller. So let's go ahead and try it without. Let's try to actually embed this directly into our PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and you can see it's right here. I can do things like resizing it. I can do all sorts of stuff here. And let's go ahead and see the difference between this. Like if I double click into this, you see I can go ahead and I can make changes to it directly on my PowerPoint slides here. But let me actually go ahead and get out, delete it, and then let's do the same thing, except now we're actually going to select it. And we're actually going to read this text real quick too before we do this. So if we click this here, you can see it tells us it actually inserts a picture of the file contents into your presentation. The picture will be a shortcut to the file, so any changes you make to that file will be reflected on your presentation. So let's click it here, and you can see it looks the exact same as the way that it did before, but now if I double click into this, it should actually open up the file for me. I think it might not be doing that because I already have it open. Let me actually close this. Let me close this as well, and then we'll see if it opens up. You don't save. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. So because I already had it open, that's why it wasn't opening. But you can see, rather than allowing me to edit it directly on the slide itself, if I double click it, it's going to open up the shortcut to the file here on my computer. Then I can go ahead and make changes to it, and we'll actually see in the next video as we're editing it if it actually reflects those changes right away on the PowerPoint slide.